بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. قبل ما نبتدي في الجوكر، في الأول بنرحب باثنين ضيوف عندنا، الدكتور عمرو الجمل والدكتور محمد أبو ريان. أعتقد كل اللي موجودين يعرفوهم باستثناء، لا مش كل اللي موجودين، باستثناء الجماعة بتوع كندا ما يعرفوهمش. أعرفش عائشة تعرفهم ولا لأ، بس أكيد أحمد ما يعرفهمش. يعني هم جايين بس كده عايزين مع الواد يوسف دخل كمان. طيب قبل ما ابتدي انا عايز اتكلم عن المسابقه اجينا
السلام
عشان عليكم السلام ورحمه الله وبركاته. ازيك يا يوسف؟ ازيك يا يوسف؟
الحمد لله.
الحمد لله. طيب انا زي ما كنت بقول انا عايز اتكلم عن المسابقه، لان احنا اوريدي كنا مدين شهرين مهله، فات منهم شهر، وانا اخر مره اتكلمنا كان شكل ما حدش عمل حاجه، فيبدو ان الناس يا اما مش انترستد يا اما عاده بيزنقوا نفسهم في اخر لحظه. ادهم عملت حاجه في المسابقه؟
لسه، بس يعني دلوقتي هبتدي، لأن دلوقتي أنا عرفت أنا هعمل مين.
عرفت هتعمل ايه؟ عايز تدينا كلو ولا عايزه تحسبها كده؟
أنا كنت بفكر أعمل صلاح الدين.
اوه طيب تمام ممتاز ماشي. عائشه؟
انا لسه ما ابتديت.
ما قررتيش حتى هتعملي ايه؟
لا لسه.
طيب شوفي بقى. عبد الرحمن؟
مش عارف، كنت بفكر في اسمه ايه، البخاري، مش عارف.
البخاري. تمام، البخاري بتاع الحديث. تمام، حلو كويس. احمد؟
I did start.
with
Huh?
with what? What's
Slavery.
Oh, perfect. You are going for a research. Perfect. Very nice topic. مريم؟
I haven't decided.
Yes. طيب you are run out of time، خلي بالك.
Hopefully not. Inshallah I won't.
طيب تمام. يوسف؟
سناد ابن علي.
مين؟
سناد ابن علي. He's a famous astronomer.
سنان ابن علي، صح؟ إذا أنا فاكر صح. سنان؟
No, I think it's سناد.
سناد with a D?
Yeah, I think so.
It will be كويس. يعني لو هتجيب حد ما نعرفوش يبقى احنا كمان هنستفيد.
Yes sir.
أنا شخصيا ما سمعتش الاسم ده قبل كده، بس
Yes.
أعرف إن في واحد سنان، بس ما أعرفش بيشتغل في إيه. أنت جبت اسمه منين أساسا أو إيه اللي؟ سند ابن.
Yes.
سند ابن. سند ابن.
سند.
أنا لقيته.
Sorry.
سند ابن علي. لا مش أنا ما كنتش أعرفه خالص.
Yes sir.
والله it's written سند written سند.
Yeah.
بالعربي سند هندي Indian. اوكي.
Yeah.
ايام المأمون. طيب جو اهيد. جود. يعني دي معلومه جديده بالنسبه لي. الشخص ده انا كنت اعرفه قبل كده. طيب زي ما اتفقنا هيكون التسليم second week of November، والمناقشات والكلام من ده هيبقى الثيرد ويك اوف نوفمبر. وزي ما قلنا الثيرد ويك اللي فايزين هيعملوا برزنتيشن قدام البيرنتس. هندعو البيرنتس كلهم يجوا، والفايزين هيعملوا برزنتيشن. اللي فايز ببحث هيعمل برزنتيشن، هيكلم البحث بتاعه، والفايز بال اسمه ايه ده، بالسلايد شو برضه هيورينا السلايد شو بتاعه وقدام البير.
واو.
ده هيكون الثيرد ويك اوف نوفمبر. طبعا زي ما قلنا كل المشتركين لهم جوائز، والاوائل ليهم جوائز مميزه. فيلا شدوا حيلكم. اوكي.
Yes.
طيب الحاجه الثانيه الفيلم بتاع نوفمبر، عايزكم تبتدوا تبعتوا لي ايه هو الفيلم هيكون بتاع نوفمبر، لان احنا كنا اخر فوت عملناه كان انحصر ما بين البلانك بانثر والجوكر. خلصنا البلانك بانثر في سبتمبر، ودي النهارده هنتكلم على الجوكر. فعايزكم بعد كده تبعتوا لي على البرايفت او ايفن على الجروب او باي وسيله، او عن طريق الابهات، عن طريق البيرنتس، تبعتوا لي ايه هو اقتراحاتكم عشان نعمل فوت جديد بالنسبه للفيلم نوفمبر. تمام. نبدا الجوكر. طبعا انا هبتدي باقدميه الدخول، يعني فيرست كام فيرست سيرفيست. فيرست كام ادهم، جو اهيد. الجوكر.
يعني انا شفته، طبعا كان فيلم حلو، بس يعني المشكلة فيه ان يعني لما هو كان قاعد يتظلم، يعني كل حد حواليه كان بيظلموه، هو يعني هو مدورش على طريقة ممكن يخلي اللي هو كان فيه يبقى أحسن، هو بس دور على طريقة ممكن يعني يهرت ناس غيره عشان يعني يطلع الانجر بتاعه عليهم.
تمام تمام. دونت يو ثينك ان الديزيز اللي عنده ممكن يكون سبب في ان هو حكم غلط او توك رونج ديسيجنز؟ هو منتالي صح؟
نعم.
هو كان منتالي ال، كان عنده
اه
منتالي سيك او منتالي ال.
كان عنده
فهو
mental illness.
كان عنده منتال انس. ف do you think ان ده هو اللي خلاه ياخد wrong decisions؟
يعني مش ده اللي خلاه، بس ده يعني كان يعني ده كان حاجة من الفاكتورز بتاعه.
طيب ده يخليه في بوزيشن احسن، ولا يخليه ولا it's not an excuse from your
يعني انا مش شايفه كاكسكيوز قوي، عشان هو يعني عشان هو كان اصلا بيروح بيكلم مع ناس، يعني كان بيروح بيكلم مع ثيرابيست عشان يتحسن، بس هو يعني بس ما كانش بيحاول فيه، او يعني الثيرابيست ما كانوش بيساعدوه قوي.
اوكي تمام. عندك اي حاجة تانية؟
لا.
طيب عائشة، انت ما شفتيش الفيلم بتقولي صح؟
لا، ما كانش عندي وقت هتفرج
طيب
عليه.
ما قريتيش عنه حاجة، ما شفتيش كليبس، ما عندكيش اي حاجة تقوليها بخصوص الفيلم؟
اللي أنا عارفاه بس اللي هو كان عنده المنتل illness زي ما انتوا قلتوا، وهو he's like a villain in like a superhero movie. مش عارفة، وغير كده مش عارفة أي حاجة تانية عليه.
اوكي ماشي. عبد الرحمن.
انا عجبني الفيلم، والاكتنج كان حلو قوي. الاكتنج يعني كان اللي عمل whoever acted as الجوكر نفسه he acted very well. وكان يعني الفيلم كويس.
What's his name?
like Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin.
ماشي. وكان disturbing دي، بس يعني كان ما عجبنيش، يعني I was fine with it، بس يعني it was kind of disgusting وكان shocking يعني، بس other than that كان أنا عجبني قوي.
تمام لكن ما عندكش اي كومنت على الفيلم نفسه؟
no، بس أنا I think كان made يعني in a very good way. يعني director I think directors يعني they made it very very well.
اوكي طيب احمد.
This is from what I learned from the movie.
Yeah. What?
Okay. So, what I learned is you can succeed despite your illness. Arthur Fleck wanted to become a stand-up comedian. However, due to his burden of severe illnesses, such as childhood trauma, brain injury, which lead to the neurological illness of the pseudo-bulbar effect, pathological laughter, it made his life miserable. because of that misery, he couldn't get the job he dreams of. He also had a sick mother to take care of. However, he fought and struggled until he finally succeeded despite his illness.
So what success he managed to gain in your perspective? What's
Well,
define the success he managed to gain? ولا اسال بالعربي ومريم موجوده النهارده؟
no, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because I said in English. Okay, go ahead.
The success he wanted to gain was to become the success that he gained was to be a stand-up comedian. That's why I think near the end, we see him like on set, like telling jokes.
When he was telling jokes?
I think near the end.
In this Jogo or Jobo, whatever the casino or the when he said about the joke about his mother asking him to go to school.
No.
This scene
I think he's talking about when he's on the night show في الآخر.
Yeah.
with Murai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Murray. Yeah.
But with Murai, he didn't. The only joke he made was killing Murai.
No, لا he did make a joke في الأول خالص and then they're like that's not funny. And مش فاكر what the joke was though. بس إيه الجوك and they were telling him يعني ما ينفعش تقول كده.
He didn't complete. He said that there was a family and they were killed by a drunk driver, something like this. This is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the joke.
He didn't. He just started and then they stopped him. So he didn't tell even the joke. The joke, the punchline, as per Murai. This is a good. This is a new phrase for me. But the punchline of the joke, he didn't say. So it was only the intro of the joke, but we didn't know what's the real joke. So we can't say that he managed to be a stand-up comedy. And in the casino where he said the joke of his mother wants him to go to school, it was not that successful, I think. So we are discussing, Ahmed. I'm not saying you are wrong or you are right, but I want to understand how you see him succeeded.
Well, he didn't really succeed that much because it took a different turn on him, like violence and.
Yeah, but you felt I can see from your words that you felt that he managed to reach some way. You know something? During the film, there was a scene of the stairs. Allow me, I'll say it in Arabic. Mariam, you will translate, so I can say it better way. كان في الفيلم مشهد السلالم، لو حد خد باله من مشهد السلالم اللي هو عمل عليه الرقصة الشهيرة، الرقصة بتاعته اللي كانوا بعد ما الرقصة كانت بعد ما عمل ايه؟ بعد ما قتل his colleague I think. المهم السلالم دي جت 3 مرات في الفيلم. مريم.
Okay, so if you guys remember, there's a scene with him on the stairs where he does his dance, and that scene specifically was right after he killed his colleague, and the stairs appear 3 times in the movie.
أول مرة في بداية الفيلم كان طالع من تحت لفوق، وكانت كل السراوندينج الإضاءة كانت مخلية كل السراوندينج ضلمة، والإضاءة جاية من فوق بس من على أعلى حتة من السلم. ودي كانت لما بعد القصة بتاعت بتاع دي اليافطة اللي خدوها منه الولاد. مريم.
And the first time the stairs appear, he's walking up the stairs and the light is coming from the top of the stairs and everything is kind of more dark lit. And the scene occurs after the kids steal his sign and he has that work incident.
تاني مرة بعد ما مش فاكر اسم الباص بتاعه في الشغل، لما قال له ان هو هيخصم منه ثمن اليافطة لو ما رجعهاش، وهو بعد كده راح قعد يضرب في اكياس الزبالة، وبعدين برضو طلع على السلم نفس المشهد، طالع مكسور حزين، موسيقى كئيبة جدا، إضاءة حوالين السلم فاضية ضلمة خالص، وبرضو النور من أعلى السلم. مريم.
The second time you see the stairs, it's after his boss tells him that he is going to take money away from his paycheck to pay for the sign, and he goes up the stairs and it's the same thing, very gloomy, dark, and the only light is coming from the top of the stairs.
ثالث مرة بيجي معانا السلم بعد ما بيقتل زميله في الشغل. لو فاكرين زميله ده كان هو أحد الأسباب الأساسية في كل اللي حصل له بعد كده، لأن هو اللي اداله المسدس، وهو اللي قال بعد كده للبوس إن آرثر كان عايز يشتري مسدس، وده تسبب في فصله وتسبب في كل الظلم اللي حصل له. بعد ما قتله المرة دي بقى كان نازل من فوق لتحت، الإضاءة كانت مبهرة جدا في كله، الألوان كانت رهيبة، وخصوصا إن هو كان لابس لبسه كامل لأنه كان رايح لموراي وعامل الفول ميك اب ولابس الألوان، فكانت الألوان جامدة جدا والإضاءة في كل مكان. مريم.
The last time that you see him on the stairs was after he kills his coworker, and this time he's going down the stairs and there's a lot more light and color in the scene.
وكان بيرقص، دي الرقصة الشهيرة، يعني الرقصة الشهيرة ديت على السلم لما كان نازل وعمال يرقص على السلم. مريم.
And he was doing the dance which is now very famous while he was walking down the stairs.
فلو انا هاخد من كلام احمد وابني عليه، يبقى الفيلم كان عايز يقول ان هو كان بيحاول ينجح طول الوقت بانه هو يتغلب على الناس اللي بتضايقه، وطبعا كان السبب الاساسي هو زميله في الشغل، وهو فعلا قدر يوصل، جابوه بقى ان هو وصل السلم وبقى هو كنترولينج، دايما اللي فوق ونازل كنترولينج، اللي طالع كنترولد، فهو بقى اصبح في موقف ان هو بقى الابر هاند وخلاص، وبقى فيه بقى الوان واضاءه وكده. ليه؟ لان هو كسر الحاجه اللي بتظلمه. ده اللي بيحاولوا ان هم يقولوه كنجاح في الفيلم. مريم.
So building off of what Ahmed said, it is almost symbolic, that last scene of him going down the stairs, because in a way he does succeed, because in the first two scenes on the stairs he's walking up, so he's being controlled, and then the last scene he's walking down, so it symbolizes him being more in control and having the upper hand and being the more successful person in the movie.
تمام. هل ده بقى نجاح؟ يعني هل نجاح ان الواحد يتعامل مع مخاوفه بالطريقه دي؟ هو هنا السؤال. هو قدر ان هو يتخلص من مخاوفه، بس هل الطريقه دي نجاح؟ That's the question على رأي شكسبير. مريم.
So do you think that this is still success, the way that he handled everything, even though he did, his situation or his circumstances did in a way get better? Is it still successful to have accomplished those things in that manner?
Ahmed, waiting for your answer. From your perspective, I don't want you to say what I want you to say. I need to know your perspective.
I don't think so.
Okay. So that's the target was، يعني هي دي كانت فكرة الفيلم، ان الانسان يتغلب على الضغوط اللي عليه by any mean. هي المشكلة by any mean. هي هنا المشكله. مريم.
So the whole point of the movie, or not the entire point, but a really important aspect of the movie was that a person would overcome their struggles by any means possible, which is what the main character in this movie did.
حاجه تانية يا احمد؟ anything else احمد؟
No.
اوكي. مريم.
And I thought the movie was very sad. But I do think he was successful at the end of the movie, because I think his success is defined by whether or not he accomplished his goals, not by how he accomplished his goals.
So you believe in the Machiavellism, what we discussed before?
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily matters what he had to do to accomplish his goals.
Okay. Noted. I will comment. كملي. That's
And
it?
I thought it was and then I just thought it was very I thought it was very sad, and I thought it was a very depressing movie.
It is. Totally agree with you. Okay. That's it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yusuf?
So I have to disagree. I don't think he accomplished his goals because, as you can see, at the end of the movie, he was never able to find out who his father truly was, and that was one of his main goals. Also, his mother ended up being a fraud. He had always thought his mother was a truthful person, but it happened to be that his mother had beat him and basically abused him his whole entire life. I feel as if he wasn't successful because the truth is, what he wanted was, the joke that he tells to Murray is that he wants people to respect people with disabilities like him. But even at the end of the movie, actually, he wasn't fully successful, but he was also successful in the fact that the people came together and banded with him. But it wasn't for the reason that he wanted, which was because he wants people to respect the disability, but they banned him because it was for the other reason, because he killed those 3 men on the train, and they thought those men were just bad people, so they agreed with what he had done. So I truly believe that he was not fully successful throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm. Mariam, what do you have to say to Yusuf? He is challenging you.
I would disagree, because I would say that the reason he's successful is because although he does not accomplish his original goals, once he realizes like new things in the movie, his goals change.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end of the movie, he does not have the same exact goals, and he's not upset or sad anymore. And I think that was one of the main goals. He gets off of his medication, and he's a more happy person in the end of the movie than he was at the start.
Okay.
And he didn't necessarily become a comedian, but he did, I think, make people feel something, and I think that was more of his goal, not necessarily. I think maybe in the beginning he wanted to make people laugh, but I think in the end he wanted to just make people feel something.
Okay. Ahmed, you have something to say?
No.
Okay. Yusuf?
I truly believe that she has a good point.
Okay. طيب. Okay, go ahead.
That's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. طيب but انتوا مش واخدين بالكم ان هو في الاخر لو احنا هنمشي على التسلسل بتاع الفيلم، اخر مشهد ليه كان في مستشفى مربوط بالحديد. يعني الجوي اللي حصل لما شالوه في الفيلم كان for a few moments، وكل حاجه came back in order. يعني لو احنا بنبص على تسلسل الفيلم اخر مشهد مش وهو واقف على العربيه بتاعت البوليس والناس بتهلل له، لا، اخر مشهد هو مربوط في الحديد في المستشفى ومقبوض عليه. فهو يعني ما يعني هو كان، لو قلنا ان ده نجاح فهو نجاح لحظي. مريم for translating and then commenting.
So even though in the end he does,
this is my saying. Then
he gets arrested in the end. The very last scene, he's in the hospital tied up to the bed. So he's in the end of the movie, he's not necessarily in control.
Your comments.
I don't think he needed to be in control to be successful.
So what success? I don't see any success. I cannot catch your
He
your
killed
point.
everyone. I think his success was he killed everyone that made that he didn't like.
He killed
I think
his
that-
mother. He didn't know that she was bad.
May I say something?
Sure.
I actually changed. I still agree with what I said originally. He was not successful at the end, because he was not in power. What Joker wanted was to be in power, and he wanted the world to laugh at his jokes. That's all I have to say.
Actually, he said he wanted to be seen.
Exactly.
He wanted people to notice his existence.
But
One of the phrases he said, he said, I don't think that I exist. Himself, due to the pressure from the community, from the people around him, he felt that himself is not existing. So he wanted to feel that he exists. One of the things he said during Muray's show, that he said, why everybody are sad about these people? If it was me, you will step over me and continue, or something like this. So he wanted to be seen. He wanted people to feel that he is alive, he is existing. So he felt very proud of himself when he found everybody wearing the mask of Joker, because he felt that everybody noticed him. So that was his success. And you can be noticed if you are Batman or you are Joker, but you have to choose. You can be noticed as Hitler or as any hero. You can be noticed as the most villain one or the most good one. Or always the extremes will be noticed. This is obvious. So trying to be noticed, trying to be seen is a good goal. Could be. I'm not discussing away from Islam. My comments will come later. But I can be noticed by killing everybody, by being the villain, the good villain, or I'm not saying the good villain, I mean the perfect villain, the famous villain, or I could be famous by being the good guy. It's my choice. This is my perspective.
And I think he's successful from يعني هو he's successful and unsuccessful at the same time. يعني he's successful from his perspective. But يعني if you look at it from a different perspective, he could also be unsuccessful because.
But I think you're successful based on the goals which you set for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So from his perspective, he was successful.
What was it?
But
because he was noticed?
Yeah, بالضبط, because هو all he wanted was to be valued and known. وهو في الآخر he was valued and known and everyone knew who he was.
As a villain.
But he wasn't valued by everyone.
Most
I
people.
don't think it matters whether you're like a villain can still be as successful as a hero.
Oh, that's okay. That's something.
Well,
Because
yes,
like your
that
success
is.
isn't based on whether what you do is good or bad. It's based on whether you accomplish your goals.
You accomplish your goals. Yeah, exactly. So he was successful.
So anybody can be successful. Anybody can be
Technically,
successful.
yeah.
Yes.
I can put my goals for myself, and if I manage to accomplish,
You're successful.
then I succeeded.
Yes.
Exactly.
The
So
definition
If I
of
wanted,
successful is accomplishing an aim or purpose, and he accomplished
exactly.
his
So
aim, and he got purpose, quote unquote, but kind of, yeah.
exactly, like if you could have a goal of robbing a bank. So if my goal was to rob the bank and I robbed the bank, I'm successful. So
Astaghfirullah.
يا سلام، اللهم زود ايمانك يا حاج يوسف. والله يا واد يا مؤمن، على رايي. if you know that you don't know the guy but يعني this is عمرو هيبقى فاهمني. Let me okay. So now we have an issue defining success. I can feel it. The issue of defining, is it success that you have a goal? I agree with you. If you have a goal and you succeeded if you succeeded to accomplish that, then you succeeded and you managed to be successful. So the issue is to define the right goals. It's not to accomplish. And this is, I'll come to this later when I connect this with Islam. But let me first say a few hints about خلاص. Anybody else want to say anything regarding the film? Is it my turn? Silence of Lamb. Anybody know this film? It's a Silence of Lamb. It's an old one. When I was your age, maybe.
سمعت عنه بس أنا ما شفتهوش.
that's
أنا
Mariam's favorite.
شفته. I did not like it.
It's Mariam's favorite movie.
I hated it.
That movie's so good.
I've seen it. When they kill the lamb, so the lamb stops talking, so it's silence.
Okay.
No, Yusuf, it's a cannibalism movie.
Yeah. It's a disaster. Yeah. Comparing to Joker is a kids movie comparing to Silence of Lamb.
I confuse
And
it.
I like the Silence of the Lambs, and I think Mariam actually loves it.
Okay.
I watched the one on the farm. It's called Silence of the Lambs, but it's on a farm. So sorry, my bad.
No, it's totally different.
Okay.
طيب. One thing. خلوني اتكلم عربي عشان اخد راحتي ومريم تترجم. من ضمن الكلام اللي قاله وده هيبقى مرتبط باللي انتوا قلتوه. آرثر في المقابله مع موراي وهو بيتكلم لما قال له it's not funny، لما قال الجوك بتاعته وقال له it's not funny، قال له ايه؟ قال له السيستم هو اللي عارف الصح من الغلط، وقال له ان السيستم هو اللي بيحدد what's funny what's not. فهو كان against السيستم. ده كانت مشكلة آرثر، ان هو كان against السيستم. ليه؟ لانه حاسس ان السيستم ظالم، وهو كان against السيستم، فكان عايز الحاجات اللي مش فاني بتاعته اللي هو بيقولها ان الناس تضحك عليها، لان هو شايف ان السيستم هو اللي مبوظ الناس ومخليهم ما يضحكوش عليه. في نفس الوقت هو عايز يحدد الصح والغلط بتاعه. هنا اللي هو هنا بيقول ان كل حاجه ريلاتيف، مفيش حاجه، كل حاجه ايه؟ سبجكتيف. كل حاجه سبجكتيف. فما دام كل حاجه سبجكتيف يبقى انا من حقي ان انا اختار الصح بتاعي، من حقي ان انا اختار الجولز بتاعتي، من حقي ان انا اختار الطريقه اللي احدد بيها اللي اوصل بيها للجولز بتاعتي، وبالتالي بناء على كل الكلام ده انا حققت النجاح. ده الفكره التيمه الاساسيه التيمة يعني الثيم الأساسية بتاعت الفيلم. مريم طولت عليك. Translate please.
So he told the guy during the interview that he was working against the system because the system was corrupt and it was taking advantage of certain individuals. So one thing that we have to talk about is like the definition of success, and since he was against the system, did he accomplish what he meant to accomplish?
انت كده بعدتي خالص عن الفكرة بتاعتي، بس اوكي مش مشكلة.
هو آخر حتة اللي انت قلتها cut out. Then I tried and then I translate the first part as much as I could without knowing what you said in the second part.
لا هو الفريز اللي قالها بالظبط، قال ان النظام هو اللي بيحدد الصح من الغلط، والنظام هو اللي بيحدد.
Okay, I got it. So he was saying how the system in place decides what's right and what's wrong, and since the system itself was corrupt and against the people, what's right and what's wrong.
Say that it was just hinting.
He just hinted at it, but that makes us have to ask what is right and what's wrong specifically in this type of society.
اوكي طيب انا هتكلم حاجة تانية. هل فعلا الحاجات اللي حصلت دي حصلت ولا كانت في خيال آرثر؟
That is up for debate.
ها؟
Up for debate.
What?
It is debatable. It's no one knows.
No one knows. Exactly. I agree with you. Totally agree with you. But if it's debatable or it's nobody knows, then we can say that none of what happened during the film was actually happened. It was only in his mind. The first beginning, one of the first beginning scenes was Arthur wearing white in the hospital, hitting his head to the door. And the last scene was Arthur wearing white in the hospital running around. And the therapist asked him, why you are laughing? He said, I remember the joke. She said, can you tell it to me? Or would you tell it to me? He said, you will never get it. I think the joke was the whole film. Nothing happened. He had illusions. He wanted to be noticed. He wanted to be known as and a hero, some sort of a hero. So he got this, and to prove that it was illusions from my perspective, and this is, as Yusuf said, we can debate about it. He had a lot of illusions during his illusion, which proves that he has a lot of illusions. For example, when he was in Murai, when he was watching Murai in the TV, he thought that he is sitting with Murai as one of the audience, and he was saying, I love you, Murai. Then Murai said, oh, who said that? Why? Because he wanted to be noticed. So who said that? Oh yes, come here, my son. And then Murai hugged him, and he said, I wish that I have a son like you. And he was just sitting beside his mother watching the film. His affair with his neighbor, it was illusions. At the end of the film, he managed to know that it was illusions. During his when he came back after was out with his neighbor, he was dancing with his mother. His mother said that I smell perfume from you. He said I was on a date. We came to know after that there was no date. so there was no smell. So his mother could not say that. So all these are illusions. Are you following me, or I'm so fast?
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course you can do anything anytime.
So you said his mom saying about the cologne. He could have just worn the cologne because he's imagining that he's on the date, and she actually did smell the cologne.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't do things to imagine. It just come to his mind. He's not doing things to imagine. He was in the hospital imagining that she's bringing him coffee. He was in front of these newspapers in the street. He imagining that she was telling him that we killed 1 million to go. All this, another scene was shot to show us that all this happened. He was alone, so he is not doing things to prove that whatever in his mind. It just come like this. So having this perfume smelled by his mother, and this was illusions, then even dancing with his mother was an illusion also. So it could be illusion.
But also,
go ahead.
Okay, I have a reason to say that it's not illusion. Kind of. Okay, so
I respect your perspective. I have no issues to discuss about it.
Okay.
I have no issues to have a different point of view, but I'm saying my own point of view.
Okay.
Because why that will because after all, even when he read the file of his mother, he imagined what happened between his mother as a young lady with whoever the detective or therapist, I don't know, whoever the guy was questioning her, and they discussed about him, and he was there listening. So also it was illusions. He cannot be there. So it was illusion. A lot of scenes seems to be only illusions in his head. Only illusions in his head. So we cannot say exactly was he really did all this, or he wanted to do that and imagine that if he did that it will be perfect. Plus, you know who's the kid in the film? Anybody knows who's the kid in the film?
Spider-Man?
No.
Oh, Batman, my bad.
Huh?
Batman?
Bruce Wayne, Batman.
Batman, yes. You know the name of Batman? What's his name? The character that's
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. And the guy was Thomas Wayne, the father. And when he went to the kid, he asked you, what's your name? He said Bruce. So that's Bruce Wayne who's going to be Batman. So this is the good guy. And Thomas Wayne in the series of Batman is a good guy. He's a charity. He's helping the city. He's donating a lot of money to improve the life of the city. That's Thomas Wayne. In Joker film, they try to give us a hint that Thomas Wayne is a bad guy. So nobody is good, nobody is bad. Everything is subjective. So you can do whatever you want to do. You can do that. You can just put an idea in your head, and you fight for it. And in spite of the good or bad of this idea, you are a good guy fighting for your idea. This is very I don't know how to say, very incorrect, if this is right. I'm talking a lot of English.
No, I think it is his imagination, like completely. Like what happens to him throughout the movie, it's like extremely lucky, and it plays out perfectly for him. And there's no way his whole life has been going terribly, and he has a mental illness. ومرة واحدة everything turns around كده, and everything goes perfectly for him. Because at the very end, when he escapes from the police, like هو خلاص هو اتقبض, and they took him وحاجات كده. وبعدين just luckily a truck hits the exact police car he's in,
No,
he
that was
survives.
purpose.
It's not luckily. No. They are trying to say.
They purposely hit the truck.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
You know, the driver came out wearing a Joker mask, so he was trying to rescue him.
Also, the directors want you to think that it was all his imagination. But I have a reason to think it's not, because this is a weird reason. If they said that they're making 2 more sequels to the movie. If they're making 2 more sequels to the movie, why would they make 2 more sequels where it's both his imagination? They would make a sequel where he's breaking out of the mental asylum and continuing on his legacy.
Yeah, but you know, they caught him. Yani, they caught him, and then he got free. Then we never know what happened after. Suddenly, the second scene, he's sitting in the hospital, wearing, you know, it was Thomas Wayne was killed. His wife was killed. The kid is not killed. Why? Because the producer, if he will kill Bruce Wayne, he will kill himself. He's shooting his leg. This is why he's superhero. If DC will kill Batman, was like when they killed Superman and then they have to bring him back. So it's crazy. They will not do that. He's a kid.
I have a question.
Go ahead. I'm not the
I have a
producer, by
question.
the way.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the therapist he was talking to in the very beginning,
Yeah.
like in the first scene or the second scene,
Yeah.
I forget which one it was. Is it the same one he was talking to at the end in the hospital?
No, totally different.
No, it's not.
Totally different. I even went to check the cast of the film to answer your question, because I've got the same, and I'm not good in memorizing the faces. So I went to and checked the cast of the film. So I found one actress for the therapist at the beginning and another actress for the therapist at the end. So they want to say that it's different. This one is different, but so what? The hospital, they have a lot of therapists. It could be.
No, because if it was the same therapist, then he could have been the beginning, imagining him with that therapist he's talking to out in like the outside world.
Agreed.
And then he imagines everything, and then he gets the idea to kill her, and then he kills her and escapes in the end out of the mental hospital.
Yeah, but we never know. You are saying he killed her because of the footsteps, right?
I mean, yeah, we kind of know he killed her.
We don't know. Because of the footstep, you are saying, right? Because there was like a blood.
Yeah, but
that's what they want you to think. That's the whole. That was like they want you to think he killed her. That's the point.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we can make a logical assumption that he did kill her and escape.
Bizabt.
Agreed. This is the whole thing, that the director wanted you to have a lot. This discussion is a success for the director, by the way, because he wanted to have this points of view. So you cannot say, is it the same Joker that was fighting with Batman or not? It's a question because of the, is it the same Joker? We are talking about a kid and some 30s, in the mid-30 guy, because he said that he was away, that his mother left the job with Thomas Wayne 30 years back. So this guy is a mid-30 or maybe 40. And the kid could be like, how much? 15 maximum. So they have a like 25 years difference. Means that Batman, when he's like 25, Joker will be like 50.
Wait, so I'm confused. So are you saying that could possibly like not be the real Joker? Like it could just be him imagining being the Joker?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Or someone came after. They are trying, these people, they are thinking very clever. They make a movie and they make a space for them to have the second part of the movie. If it's successful and it's an industry after all. Now they have a window that they can tell you, answer all these questions in Joker 2. If it will bring money and if everybody is debating about it, is this that, what happened here? All these questions could be answered in Joker 2. So it's for them very good to plan for Joker 2 when you are making Joker, because it's it's now everybody's making Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, everything is and DC and Marvel, they are competing in superheroes, and now DC is making super villain. So it's debatable.
And I searched something up, and it says one of the reasons it could be an imagination is because apparently in every single scene where a clock is present, it shows the same exact time.
Really? This is
Yes.
said on the...
Oh, and I searched it up, and that it says
now?
that.
Right now you search it?
Yeah, right now.
I didn't notice that, by the way.
Oh, well, and it's like I think those are better experts that actually like watch the movies in like insane detail. عشان هو it is a very hard detail to catch.
Yeah, that's true.
يعني هو if it is true, and I think it leans more towards his imagination.
Anyhow, what happened is happened. Whatever the message they want to convey, this is the thing we need to discuss. Not the real what happened exactly, but Mariam made a very strong argument, and myself, I'm against it. We cannot say that anybody can be successful if his targets is not good. And as Muslims, we know what's good, what's bad. Because if we say, for example, that سيدنا نوح عاش, I'll switch to Arabic, عاش 950 سنة سيدنا نوح. في ناس عاشت وماتت وسيدنا نوح ما جاش لسه الطوفان. فدول كان هدفهم في الحياة ان محدش يؤمن لنوح، وان هم يفضلوا يعبدوا الاصنام، وماتوا وهم اتشيفد الجول بتاعهم. انا لو ببص للدنيا بس يبقى هم حققوا الاهداف بتاعتهم، بس في الاخر هم حصل لهم ايه؟ اجين الميكيافيليه احنا اتكلمنا عليها قبل كده، او اللي هي بيسموها ان انا يكون هدفي ان انا احقق هدفي وخلاص باي وسيله. دي مش في الاسلام. يعني زي ما بيقولوا the good targets needs a good way. معرفش بيقولوها ازاي بالانجليزي، بس يعني عمرو انت معانا؟
هو بس راح يعمل هو هنا بس انا
ايه ايوه شايف انا معاكم موجود بس
طيب انا كنت بسأل دلوقتي، انا عايز اوصل فكرة ان الاهداف الشرعية تحتاج الى وسائل شرعية، بس ما اعرفش بقى مريم هتعرفي ترجميها ولا مش هتعرفي ترجميها.
هي بس ترجمة شرع، كلمة شرع هتبقى
انا مش عايز اقول ليجل، انا عايز اقول
مش ليجل. ما ده
مريم تعرفي ترجميها؟
هي legal from an Islamic point of view يعني.
I would say it's religious legality.
Religious legality. طب can we say it Islamic legality? Because religious, okay, I'm a Buddhist and I have my legalities, and I am so and so and I have my legalities. So can we say it Islamic legalities so we are more specific?
Okay, so Islamic legalities. Anna, I think what you're like trying to say is just you cannot achieve something of Islamic legalities in a negative manner or in an unlegal manner.
On non-Islamic legalities manners.
Yes.
So if I have a objective which is good, I have to find good means also to achieve, and I can achieve it with a non-Islamic means, because that will, because يعني خلينا نقول احنا دايما بنقول في الفاتحة بنقول ايه؟ اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. الصراط يعني ايه؟ الصراط يعني الطريق. احنا كل اللي عايزينه ان احنا نوصل للطريق، مش محتاجين قوي ان احنا نوصل واحنا اتكلمنا اعتقد مع عبد الرحمن وادم في القصه دي قبل كده. انت مش محتاج توصل للاوبجيكتيف بتاعك، انت مجرد بس انك تبقى على الطريق، فانت كده حققت نجاح. لان المشكله ان كل الناس بره الطريق. حتى لو واحد مثلا نقول مثلا واحد عايز يخلي الناس تبقى مسلمه، فقرر ان هو مثلا يعمل حاجه الليجال عشان يخليهم مسلمين، او يعمل حاجه مش من الاسلام عشان يخليهم مسلمين، ده مش هيخليه يحقق نجاح ولا ياخد الثواب. فهو مهم جدا ان الهدف يكون نبيل والوسيله تكون نبيله. I think you need to translate this.
So it's important that when you're trying to achieve a goal and the goal itself is a positive goal, the actions that you take to achieve the goal also have to be good actions. You can't achieve a good goal by doing bad things, because then it undermines the entire purpose of your goal.
اكيد. دي حاجه مهمه. تاني حاجه اللي عايز اقولها، قصه ان الواحد يبقى يعتقد ان كل حاجه subjective. الجود اند باد subjective. ان كل حاجه ممكن تكون
relative قصدك.
relative. relative. دي موضوع ان هي ان انا عادي، ده ممكن يبقى كده، ده ممكن يبقى كده، انا اشوف ده صح، انا التاني يشوفه غلط، فما دام انا شايفه صح خلاص يبقى انا اعمله، لو التاني شايفه غلط ما يعملوش. وهو مش من حقه يقول عليا ان انا غلط، لان دي وجهة نظري ودي وجهة نظره، لان ما ينفعش. والا لو انا شايف ان الطريق مش محتاج ان هو يكون السرعه فيه مثلا 40 مايلز بير اور، انا شايف ان لا، الطريق كويس وفاضي وبتاع، ففروم ماي بوينت اوف فيو انا ممكن امشي 50. سو وات؟ ما هو ما ينفعش، هتبقى كيوس. فاصبح ان في الاخر لازم كلنا محتاجين نظام، ومحتاجين ان حد يقول لنا الصح من الغلط. ده لا غنى عنه، ان يكون في حد. الفرق بقى ايه؟ ان انا يكون عندي الصح والغلط جاي من الكرييتور اللي هو مش هيتغير كلامه لانه عارف كل حاجه، وبين ناس اللي هي من 100 سنه كان في حاجات بتقول عليها غلط النهارده بتقول عليها صح، فاصبح ان هي ممكن تتغير. لان هي اي حاجه ممكن تغير وجهه نظرها. وهنا يحضرني مشهد، معلش يا مريم انا بطول قوي بس عشان الافكار مرتبطه ببعضها. يحضرني مشهد لمامة آرثر راجع من بره، مامته قاعده بتتفرج على التلفزيون، بتتفرج على توماس وين وهو بيقول سبيتش من بتاع الالكشن عشان يستعد للالكشن، فبيقول سبيتش وبتاع، فبيقول لها انت لسه بتتفرجي على بروس وين؟ سوري مش بروس وين، على توماس وين. قالت له he's gonna be a good mayor. قال لها who said so؟ يعني انت بتخرجي فين عشان تشوفي ناس يقولوا لك ان هو هيبقى عمده كويس؟ قالت له ايه؟ قالت له they are saying so in the news. power of media. power of media اللي بتخلي الناس تخلي البروسبكتيف بتاع الناس زي ما هم عايزين. الصح they can control. وفي دراسات كتيره قوي عن الماس كوميونيكيشن. في حاجه اسمها الماس كوميونيكيشن، ده ساينس. الماس كوميونيكيشن ازاي يقدر يخلي الناس كلها تفكر بطريقه معينه، تشوف ان ده صح او تشوف ان ده غلط. بالماس كوميونيكيشن يقدروا يعملوا الكلام ده الساينس دلوقتي. فده موجود. مريم انا طولت قوي، حاولي بقى تشوفي بقى هتترجمي ايه وتفتكري ايه وتنسي ايه.
Okay, so Islamically speaking, to accomplish your goals, you have to go about it the right way. But there's also a thing in society where society to an extent decides what's right and what's wrong. And we see this in the scene where Arthur walks in on his mom watching television, and she says he's going to be a great man, the guy on the television. And he goes, "How do you know?" And she says, "That's what they're saying on the news." So she's assuming that he's going to be a good person, and that because of what is being said on the news. So the news is kind of in control of people's opinions and everything.
ممكن can I summarize this in like a couple of words؟
اتفضل.
هي يعني ملخص اللي انت قلته هي ان هي يعني the goals do not justify the means، وان احنا in Islam we worship Allah with the means as much as with the goals when we achieve them. That makes sense?
I think so.
Yes,
Clear?
that makes sense. Yes.
يا كلير يا شباب. اوكي. طيب يبقى دي نقطة مهمة جدا، ان احنا ما ينفعش نقول ان كل حاجة خاضعة للنسبية، ان كل حاجة نسبية، وان ده ان الخير والشر نسبي. لا، الخير معروف والشر معروف واضح جدا، واحنا عندنا قواعد تورينا ايه الخير وايه الشر. دي نقطة مهمة جدا. الحاجة التانية، ودي نقطة تانية مهمة، الضغوط اللي بتحصل في الحياة هي ابتلاء من ربنا. يعني ربنا هو اللي بيبتلي او بيختبر الناس بالضغوط دي عشان يشوف هم هيتصرفوا ازاي. ربنا في القرآن قال ايه؟ لا يكلف الله نفسا الا وسعها. يعني مفيش حد هيجيله ستريس يخليه يوصل للبريكنج بوينت. ممكن الستريس اللي عليا يكون اكتر من الستريس على حد تاني، بس لان انا قدرتي على التحمل اكتر من التاني، لكن مش هوصل للبريكنج بوينت. امتى الواحد يوصل للبريكنج بوينت؟ لو هو عايز ياخد ذا ايزي واي اوت، عايز يهرب من الاسترس ومش عايز يصبر وعايز ياخد ذا ايزي واي اوت. هو بيكون واخد ذا ايزي واي اوت من مش عايز اقول من الاسلام، ولكن من تحقيق اللي مطلوب منه في الدين. مريم.
So there's this religious concept in Islam where Allah does not put too much pressure on someone that they would not be able to handle. So even if there are two people and one of them is under more pressure, that means that they are better capable of handling pressure. And if they do something wrong, it is almost in a way like taking the easy way out, or the road it is like taking the easy way out and not following the religion the way that it's meant to be followed.
فاصبح ان هو فكره ان الجوكر بمنتهى السهوله، ان هو طبعا هو الفيلم بيوريك ان هو اتعرض لضغوط صعبه جدا لا يمكن واحد يحتملها. فهو بيبين ان هو اتعرض لضغوط واضطر ان هو يقتل الثلاث شباب اللي في الصبوي. هو قبل كده اتضرب من الولاد اللي هم ضربوه وما عملش اكشن وكمل حياته بعديها. هو كان يقدر يكمل، هم ضربوه ظلموه بس هل ده يديه الحق انه يقتلهم؟ لا، ما يدلوش الحق انه يقتلهم. فهو كان يقدر يصبر، لكن هو خلاص هو فضب ومش عايز يستحمل تاني، فقرر ان هو يكسر كل اي حاجه خاصه بالقوانين، بالعرف، بالشرع، باي حاجه. ليه؟ عشان يريح نفسه. وهي دي النقطه الاساسيه، the easy way out. مريم.
So a lot of things that he did in the movie he did not necessarily need to do, but he took those actions because they made him in the moment feel better and gave him a sense of clarity, but they were the wrong things to do just because they were morally wrong, and this was him giving into the pressures.
طيب اعتقد ان الفكره كده واضحه اساسيه بتاعت الفيلم. طبعا انا مش هنكر معاكم ان الفيلم ممتاز. الفيلم تمثيل حلو قوي، موسيقى حلوه قوي، اضاءه حلوه قوي بتدي الانطباعات، بيخلي الواحد يشغل دماغه كتير قوي لانه في حاجات كتيره قوي indirect speech في الفيلم، محدش ينكر. لكن طبعا في الاخر البروسبكتيف بتاعتنا ممكن تكون مختلفه عن ان الفيلم بيحاول يعرضها، سواء اتفقنا ان كانت احداث الفيلم حصلت فعلا ولا كانت في خياله. في الاخر في مسج الفيلم بيحاول يكونفي، والمسج دي عايزين تعرفوا المسج دي بتاعت الفيلم. انا اقترح عليكم ان انتوا تشوفوا السبيتش بتاعت الاكتور لما خد اوسكار على الفيلم دوت. هو لما خد الجايزه قال سبيتش. شوفوا السبيتش ورجعوا الفيلم كده، فكروا في الفيلم في خيالكم واللي هو بيقوله، وفكروا في الاسلام، هتعرفوا ان هم they away deviated عن الموضوع. ودي خطوره الافلام دي، ان هي ممكن زي ما كانت مامة آرثر قالت ان هم بيقولوا ان هو هيبقى كويس. مين هم؟ مفيش حد المفروض يجبرنا ان احنا نغير البروسبكتيف بتاعتنا، وان احنا المفروض ما نبقاش يعني easily driven. we should not يعني نستسلم كده ان احنا نيجي لمجرد ان واحد عمل حاجه كويسه نبقى easily driven للمسج اللي هو عايز يعملها. it's not easy، ومحتاجه ان الواحد يكون مصحصح قوي من كل حاجه بتتعرض قدامه، من كل حاجه بيشوفها، يكون واخد باله قوي، يكون متمسك قوي بالمبادئ اللي عنده، عشان لما يتعرض عليه حاجه زي كده ما تاثرش عليه وتحركه عن المكان الصح اللي هو واقف فيه. It's a long ending but I have to say it. مريم to translate.
So if you look at if you want to know like a major point in the movie, you can watch the Oscars, the clip of the Oscars where the actor who plays Joker won the Oscar and the things that he said, and you'll see how far he strayed away from what we're talking about today. And in the end, I think the point got across that your actions, if you have a goal that you want to accomplish, your success is determined by the actions you take to accomplish the goal. Whether they be good or bad, they need to be good, because if they're bad, it undermines the whole purpose and it undermines your goal, and at the end you're not necessarily going to be successful.
تمام. الحته بتاعت تاثير الميديا وان احنا ما نستسلملهاش مهما كانت جيده.
And then the last part is just a lot of times the media decides for us what's good and what's bad, and you're not supposed to give into that, and you're supposed to be able to come up with your own thoughts and ideas and opinions, and not just listen to what the media tells you is good and bad and normal and not normal.
اوكي، طولنا النهارده كتير، خدنا اكتر من ساعه، almost ساعه وربع. حد عنده حاجه عايز يقولها قبل ما نختم؟ ادهم؟
لا مفيش اي حاجه انا عايز اقولها.
عائشه؟
لا ما عنديش حاجة أقولها.
عبد الرحمن؟
No. Nope.
احمد؟
No.
اوكي. مريم؟
No.
يوسف؟
No, sir.
دكتور عمرو.
لا يا باشا كله تمام.
دكتور محمد. دكتور
لا يا
محمد
باشا.
يا
فندم.
عندك حاجه عايز تقولها؟
لا 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 ربنا يبارك لكم.
قول لو عندك اي انت.
لا 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 انا شايف ان الفينال كان حلو قوي، واي جاس اي هوب ان زي ما انت قلت الاكسبتنس سبيتش بتاعت الاوسكار تتسمع تاني، ولو هم يحبوا يتفرجوا على الفيلم مره تانية اعتقد ان ده ممكن يدي deeper perspective بعد ما الاكسبتنس سبيتش تتسمع.
تمام. طيب تكونكلود ما تنسوش تبعتوا لي الفيلم بتاع نوفمبر باي وسيله عشان نبتدي نجهز للفوت بتاعه، وعشان نلحق بدري.
اسمه
هشام كل واحد يختار فيلم واحد ولا فيلمين زي المره اللي فاتت؟
لا كل واحد يختار فيلمين، وبعدين بعد كده هنشوف الافلام المشتركه اللي هي عليها كلام، وبعدين مثلا هيجي لي مثلا 10 15 فيلم هنقللهم لخمسه نتيجه الحاجات المشتركه اللي جايه، وهنطرح الخمسه للفوت ما بين الشباب، واللي هيختاروا عليه هم ده اللي هيكون الفيلم بتاع نوفمبر. بس حاولوا تسرعوا في البروسيس ديت عشان التكس تايم عبال ما انتوا تبعتوا، تكس تايم عبال ما نصفيهم، والتكس تايم عبال ما نعمل الفوت، وعشان يبقى عندنا وقت نلحق نتفرج، لان الايام بتعدي بسرعه قوي، بنلاقي فجاه هوب الشهر راح. والمسابقه
I have a question.
جو اهيد.
هو للموفي اللي كلنا هنختار 2 منه عايز حاجة like do you need anything specific أو أي restrictions أو limitations أو حاجة كده ولا أي حاجة؟
عبد الرحمن بليز not plus 18.
Yeah, sure.
It's unrated.
Joker was rated R.
لا انا دخلت عليه it's unrated مش rated. لا لو R rated ما كنتش انا وافقت ان هو يعمل كده. لا الجوكر مش R rated. انا بصيت انا فين، انا ما شفتش. وبعدين هو ما فيهوش سين واحد بس اللي هو لما قتل هيز كو وركر، هو ده السين بس اللي فيه صعب شويه.
هو he did shoot Murray in the head في الاخر.
it's not دي could be plus 13 يا حبيبي. it's normal دلوقتي يعني it's not that bad.
بامانه يا هشام هو ريت الار هنا في امريكا، بس هي ريت بقى عشان الفايلنس. ما انت ممكن كل فيلم تشوف في الاول
ار وات ايفر الريزن فايلنس اور وات ايفر. انا بس مش حاجه هو ريتد ار في امريكا.
مين عشان الفايلنس يعني
في الاب في الايتونز هنا هوت في الايتونز ستور بتاع قطر كاتب ان هو مش ريتد ار.
لا هي بتختلف من بلد لبلد، بس هي نبص على
عارف انت عارف الشام يعني. انت عارف امريكا كله الا الفايلنس. اوعى
طب هو يعني can I like pick ولا في فيلم rated R can I like judge it myself واشوف ولا هيبقى appropriate ولا لا وبعدين ascend it؟
ماشي. انت في حاجه in mind? You have something in mind?
No, I'm just saying يعني عشان ما بعتش حاجة inappropriate أو حاجة.
يعني if you can يعني go away from rated R يبقى أفضل.
ماشي.
يعني ما فيش داعي إن إحنا نخش في كده، لكن لو فيلم وكمان يبقى هو إيه دراما يعني ولا يعني if rated R وما هو يعني مش
بص
عارف.
يعني لو ليا ان انا اتدخل
اتفضل طبعا.
في افلام كتيره من الافلام حتى الافلام الهيستوريكال خلاص ان الكرايتيريا طف شويه ساعات بتبقى بيحطوها ريتد ار عشان فايلنس عشان كرايم سينز عشان بيبقى فيها دراجز مش لازم افندم
سموكينج ساعات تدخين مخدرات.
فهو يعني اجن دي وجهه نظري وقد تاخذ بيها او لا تاخذ، دي مش هي قرر انت. الولاد يختاروا اللي هم عايزينه ويبعتوه.
لكم حاجه لا خلاص اوبن نو ريستريكشنز ابعتوا، وانا لو حسيت ان في فيلم انا هقرا الفيوز اللي على الفيلم بالزبط. لو حسيت ان الفيلم بعيد قوي هقرا هو ليه هقرا اللي بيبقى مكتوب على توميتو، باين توميتو في
روتن توميتو.
روتن توميتو. روتن توميتو. هبقى اشوف القصه ايه بالظبط، ولو كده انا هديسكواليفاي الفيلم من الليست. I will do that. No, I will do the disqualifying. انا اللي هعمل الديسكواليفاينج. انتوا بس اختاروا whatever.
Okay. I have one more question.
Go ahead.
Is it okay if we do like animated Disney movies?
Whatever.
Wait, why do you use Rotten Tomatoes?
If you want us to show because nobody will vote for that, don't worry يعني. animated Disney movie ما عنديش مشكلة، عربي ما عنديش مشكلة، هندي ما عنديش مشكلة.
Wait, you don't think anyone would watch it? Would vote for it?
حسب انت عايز تختار ايه لديزني، ما اعرفش.
Like what if I want to watch Cars?
Cars. Okay, no problem. I have no issues. But what we will discuss about Cars. Anyhow, I say I watched this movie like 10 times, but nobody should watch it there. Anyhow, it's open. Whatever you want. Is it Disney, Pixar, whatever, DC, Marvel, any Hollywood, whatever. It's open. عربي مفيش مشكلة خالص. Okay.
عمو.
Okay.
Okay.
You're supposed to use fresh tomatoes, not rotten tomatoes.
It's rotten يا حبيبي. It's rotten. مش أنا سميت.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
خلاص. I think it was very, very fruitful discussion. I hope everybody got benefits out of it. Myself, I learned something, a lot of things. I'm grateful of your discussion. I think by time we will have a very fruitful discussion regarding these films. Thank you, everybody. See you next week. And again, the film, the competition. يلا السلام عليكم.
شكرا.
Thank you, bro.
شكرا.
Yeah. عادي واحنا دفعة واحدة. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك.